We blind ranked some jobs. Now it's time to blind rank some coaching candidates. Bobby Petrino, the interim head coach at Arkansas. Of course, he had the job. Won 21 games in 2 years back in 2010, 2011. He's number one on their list. Okay. Where do you rank him? 1 to 5. Bobby Petrino is a coaching candidate at Arkansas. This is the Peyton list. This isn't the political list. This isn't the correct list. This is the Peyton list.
You know, I'm going to start at 3.
Because I started at 3 last time.
Yeah, I'm going to start at 3. I got to know my options, you know.
What do you feel he's done well since taking over the job? Because defensively, there hasn't been much of a change, but offensively, they've been humming. You know, 31 points at Tennessee, 42 points a week ago, but still both in defeat.
You know, it seems to me they're the exact same team they were, 5 weeks ago, and that he was obviously calling the plays even when Sam was there. You know, great, fine. But everybody can just admit that he is a great offensive mind. There's no doubt about that. What worries me, though, is the culture aspect. You know, the culture hasn't really changed. Whenever you bring an interim coach in, it usually changes. I mean, you see at UCLA what they have done. Alex Mortensen at UAB, beat Memphis.
Yeah.
You know, to me, whenever you put an interim coach in, it has to change that culture, either the good or the bad. And it seems right now it's been the same. That would kind of worry me about making him the head coach. But as far as his offensive mind, he's the best in the game. So it's really tough.
I just still have a hard time believing that Arkansas could potentially – I'm feeling the sport for him. I am. But are they really going to name Bobby Petrino as head coach? 64 years old, fired at Louisville a couple years ago. 5-5 his last time as the head coach at Missouri State. So you're going to bring a 5-5 1AA coach into the SEC. It seems like it could be a hard sell, but they are turning things around.
I would just make it like this game today. They're on the same platform. If we lose today, I think that's a telltale sign, and I would just snap it at that. But, I mean, I kind of feel like the organization's thinking, Bobby's a good hire. He's a great offensive-minded coach, and we can get him at a discounted price. That's how I think their mind's leaning, and there's probably nothing that we can do or the fans can do to make them change their mind. I just don't know.
All right, we got Bobby Petrino, number 3. He's first. Number 2, Alex Golesh, head coach at South Florida. The Bulls currently ranked. Maybe they can get into the college football playoff. They upset Florida earlier this year. Alex Golesh, USF. Where are you putting them 1 to 5?
Is this some kind of Lord of the Rings character? Is this like a trick question? Who's this guy?
Mid-major coach. We're a little bit behind here on our monitor, but there
the leprechaun.
There he is. 6-1 on the year.
Yeah, the leprechaun
ranked 18th
coach.
in the country, Peyton.
Yeah, he's from like Scotland or something.
Everybody's going to want this guy.
No, I can see where they would like this guy. I really can.
1 to 5. Where's he at?
I'm going to put him at a 4. No, make that a 5. I didn't even know who he was. That's a little disrespectful to him. I'm putting him at a 5.
Number 5, keeping it honest. All right, going to speed things up a little bit. John Summerall, defensive-minded, Tulane, best mid-major coach in the country. Where's he on your list?
2. I think that he's succeeded in a lot of places that he has been, and I think he can come in and make a pretty good winner. So I'm going to put him at 2.
All right, so we got 2, 3, 4 filled up. Next up on the list, guy getting a lot of traction, flat-out winner, James Franklin, fired at Penn State. Where's he on your list?
Not knowing who you're going to say next, I want to say number 1. A guy that has a history of winning, that has won in big-time games, can bring that culture and, help tradition. I mean, you got to put him at number 1.
Nice. He's a winner. He is a winner. There's no denying that, and it feels like he is going to get a good job, just a matter of how good of a job it is. Final name on the list.
You better not say John Gruden.
Dan Mullen. Dan Gruden. Dan Mullen.
Good number 4. That's a good number 4. And I think Dan is a great coach. I mean, I think he did great things at Mississippi State. I think he could come in and actually have a winner. I just feel like the Arkansas needs a breath of fresh air, either from a legend Hall of Fame coach or, maybe some guy like Dion. It's somebody on each end of the
John
spectrum
Gruden's still your guy.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
You give him a call? Yeah. You got his number?
No.
Reach out to him. See if he wants the job. You come back, you break that news on our station.
Man, I would love that. That would be great, wouldn't it?
All right, to recap, how you feeling about it here? James Franklin, number 1. John Summerall, 2. Bobby Petrino, 3. Dan Mullen, 4. Alex Golesh, 5.
That sounds good. I like that. That's a good solid list, I think.